Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business. I am back home from work. Although the work doesn't end, I got to go up and I got to make this molding and get it painted and stuff so we can get it installed tomorrow. But that's all good because it's Monday, and Monday nights, we have our live stream at 9 o'clock Eastern. And we'll be talking about what else the Dallas Cowboys, because we are only 19 days, 23 hours, 5 minutes, and 30 seconds away from kickoff against the Carolina Panthers. And there'll be a lot to talk about, from the Redskins signing Adrian Peterson. And you would think that they got AP from like 2012. They don't realize that he went out last year with a neck injury and only averaged 3.1 yards last year. But that is what it is. But some news for the Cowboys. We know that George Iloka, whatever, from Cincinnati was released yesterday. A guy who had 79 tackles, one interception last year, made $5.2 million. Was scheduled to make $5.2 million this year. And in a surprise move, Cincinnati let him go. Apparently, they believe that some of the younger guys can step in and they can take a bullet for a lot less than George can. But the Cowboys don't seem to be really interested in getting into a bidding war for him. And rumors are that the Raiders are definitely interested in getting him, so he may not be the one that the Cowboys are focused on. So I don't know what that means as far as anybody else, but they are definitely looking for help at safety. We'll see what happens. It may be one of those things that, like I said yesterday, as far as tools go, if I can't get the right tool, the best one that I know is going to do the job, I just don't get it. I don't settle for the Black & Decker drill when I know that the DeWalt Flex Volt one is going to last me for years and be able to literally go through a concrete wall. That Black & Decker one, well, it's good if you're a hairy homeowner and you just hanging a couple of pictures at your house. But when you do stuff like I do, you better get the right thing. But listening this morning to Sports Talk 980, Doc Walker. I know he's a Redskin, and I'm not a Redskin fan or anything like that, but I can respect a guy like Doc Walker who will tell you flat out, my Redskins suck when they suck. And he's an old school throwback guy. I actually called into the radio show today because something he said struck a chord with me, because it's amazing how it seems like when players get a hangnail, they don't practice anymore. Oh my God, somebody got hurt in a game. We can't, look, bubble wrap him. Zeke Elliott's not going to play all preseason. And I thought back, because I'm like, Doc Walker's a couple years older than I am, but I thought back to when I played football. We started summer camp like August 3rd. We had two-a-days every day with the live special team practice in full pads. So we were in full gear 3 times a day. And if you don't know what that's like, I'm going to tell you, when you put on shoulder pads in the afternoon after wearing them in the morning, they get that slimy feeling to them. There's no feeling. And that smell, it's one of those smells that and there's not enough Lysol you can spray on it. But see, now today's football players, they got one padded practice. And they only have 15 of those. We had 15 padded practices in a week for 4 weeks straight. Yet I don't remember losing guys over and over and over again. And I think that's half of the problem with the NFL today. Because you don't have that much hitting, because you don't do full tackles, because you don't do Tennessee drills, your body's not used to taking those hits. So you go through all week where you're just chilling, and then Sunday you're in a car wreck, and your body's not used to it. But I think it's now time that the NFL increases the size of the rosters. Because here's the thing. Take a look at the Redskins right now. They're scrambling now because they lost 2 running backs on their team. Now they're bringing in Adrian Peterson. Look at us right now with safety. We're out there now scouting, trying to grab a safety. And that's with us having 90 people in camp right now. 90 people. Come the regular season, the roster's cut down to 53. And you're talking about a sport that is a battle of attrition. You're going to lose people. In a good year, you might get lucky and only lose 4 or 5, but in most years, you might lose 10 or 15. Why not increase the size of the rosters from 53 to, say, 60, or better yet, 65? Those guys from 54 to 65, you're talking about chump change as far as salary. You're talking about a couple of $1 million per team. Now, I know the NFL is broke. But here's the thing about it. One, that'll now allow you to use more players on the field. Kind of like what New England does. New England just doesn't have their 22 starters. They use about 30 or 35 of those guys. So that means there's a little less wear and tear. You can have some guys that are just special team guys. Or you can have guys that are there on your roster. So when you do lose a guy like you know you do, you already have somebody there that knows the system. You have enough players then that your first team can be working out, and the second team gets some reps in as well. You'll end up with a better product on the field. And as far as player safety, that means they're going to each be taking less hits. As far as the guys out there that are trying to make football, it gives them more opportunity, gives them a job, keeps them ready and fresh and ready to go for the season. That's what the NFL needs to look at. 53 guys, that's not enough. It's clearly not enough. Not when you can only have, let's carry 2 quarterbacks. Look at our situation right now. Apparently somebody needs to let the dogs out. Look at our situation right now. We've got a lot of young talent, wide receivers, defensive line. Wouldn't the NFL be better served instead of kicking those guys to the curb and they're just sitting around on the couch hoping that somebody calls? That they're actually on a team and a roster working out, getting better to be the next generation or to be guys that'll fill in when they're needed so they're in shape? I don't know. But then again, what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll. I'm no football expert. But we'll definitely be talking about this tonight on our live stream here at 9 o'clock, and I hope you will join us. I'm Mark Holmes with my buddy, Cowboy Joe Boo, and I'll see you soon.